Welcome to the Fearfic Podcast. Fearfic is the term for short horror fiction, mostly posted on the web. It includes any and all related subgenres. Join three assholes talking basement goo Slimebeast, inebriated interstellar traveler Abysmii, and irritable ghostly man-horde Dead Palette, as they read all stories horror and internet-related, paragraph by paragraph, and bullshit while they do it. From adolescent revenge fantasies to subtle postmodern narratives about real-life events and everything in between, they read it and critique. You better believe it. Kick it to the cold open, white boy.
Now, Slimebeast, you tweeted out on April 3rd, 2019 at 7:04 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
I don't use Twitter, again.
Yeah. You quote, "Someone point me to the group of smart people so I can have an intelligent conversation."
Mm-hmm. And then I followed that up with?
Doesn't really matter what you followed it up with. What matters is the fact that you don't hold these conversations that we have here on Fearfic as intelligent. Who can blame you? We really just do a lot of Obama impressions. You know, I get it. So, in the interest of bringing some class and some polish to this podcast, I would like to discuss some more intelligent topics. So we're going to do Prince Harry wants to ban Fortnite. Go!
When Prince Harry wants to ban Fortnite, I think it goes a little something like this. Oi, crikey! I hate this here Fortnite. These bloody drongos doing their Fortnite dances and flossing. It ain't no good.
I thought they already banned Fortnite in Europe. Wasn't that what Article 13 was?
Yeah, it stopped all 13-year-olds from having anything they enjoy.
If that's an unintended consequence of Article 13, it's just certain, like, fucking, not just memes, but entire games get banned unintentionally. It's gonna suck, but I'm gonna laugh really hard.
Well, hey, Europe, what's it like not having freedom?
Well, it's not like the European Union ever cared about anyone who was named Pepe, so...
No.
No, it's silly that he, like, way to just get the entire internet against you.
Prince Harry, of all people. I've seen Prince Harry's nutsack. I don't really need his advice on Fortnite.
You saw it when he was drunk and doing carpentry and nailed it to a chair?
Yes.
It was a really expensive chair, because, you know, he's rich and everything.
He nailed it to Queen Elizabeth's throne, and he just shouted, "Oi, bollocks," literally.
Yeah, no, he's just like, "I'm teabagging her." It's like, Prince, put down the hammer.
I'm teabagging Harry. I'm teabagging Harry.
Yeah, wasn't this the same guy who was, like, drunk at a pool table on Instagram?
Yeah, he's a fucking
naked?
idiot. He is.
It was the same guy who dressed up like a Nazi for Halloween.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he dressed up as a Nazi, went to Vegas, got drunk.
Was it in Vegas?
No.
No, but he did dress up as a Nazi.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
and
my
that was
God.
like, it was, you know, everyone's kind of playing it off, well, those were his wild child years, which, yeah, I guess, sure, but no one I've ever known who was wild at that age dressed up like a Nazi. It's a very specific thing to do. And now he's, like, going around at his charity contributions to society is like mental health awareness. We should ban Fortnite.
He is a Nazi.
Doing?
Wait a minute.
He's a game Nazi.
Yeah.
That's just a Nazi. A game Nazi.
So I have a question. What did Prince William dress as? Prince Harry was a Nazi. Was Prince William, like...
I mean, I don't know if they were at the same
Daring,
party when it happened, but I imagine he dressed up like Mussolini.
Oh, okay,
Well,
so he's Mussolini.
This picture here with Prince Harry, he's dressed up as a Nazi, but then he's also with a Klansman and a guy in blackface.
God damn it! Alright, Prince Harry, I'm binging this right now. Nazi. Let's go to images on Bing. Yeah, I love the headlines. Harry the Nazi, Mind Fury, Royal Nazi. Huh. So yeah,
So don't listen to this guy.
few people know. Few people know the royal family
Harry.
is of German descent, so.
The royal family
canceled. Canceled. The outdated thinking of X thing, children are partaking of X thing, ban X thing, you know, like TV, video games,
Nazism.
Pokemon, fucking everything. Like, that is the most 1990s stupid bullshit that someone who's like, what, fucking 30 or something, maybe older, is like, oh, we need to ban Fortnite. It's bad. It's bad.
Rude.
It's hilarious.
I like the idea of Prince Harry being like, we need to ban, Fortnite. It's not good for the kids. And then someone asks him, it's like, what do you feel about children dressing up as Nazis on Halloween? It's like, well, let's not get PC here. Come on, guys.
Let's not get carried away. There's such a thing as freedom of speech, and wait a minute.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the European Union, you could draw lines to the Nazi regime. So I mean, maybe Prince Harry just sees the writing on the wall. Brexit's not going through, and he's like, I want a part of this new Third Reich, of the European Union, led by Angela Merkel. I mean,
she is German. And I'm kidding. Don't
German. No, she is German. He's not kidding. She is German.
Yeah, no. German listeners, please do not think I equate being German to being a Nazi. I'm joking. I'm fucking joking.
German people can't listen to this. They're not allowed. Come on, but Article 13.
I will say this. The EU probably should just stand for Entitled Union at this point.
Oh, man.
Nice.
So Entitled Union walks into my country and says, I'll pay you $5 for your resources.
Entitled Union shows up and says, I don't want my kid hearing memes. We need to ban all memes. And I'm
EB will stand for Entitled Brexit. Anyway.
So, we are reading...
Oh, yeah, we read stories, don't we?
Yeah.
Sure, whatever.
We had a spectacular transition there. It went so smoothly. We're reading stuff from the Wayward Society. Now, you might be asking... What is the Wayward Society?
The Wayward Society appears to be a website with a vagina for an icon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Which vaginal icon? A hairy vaginal icon.
Prince Harry's vaginal icon. Prince Harry's Nazi vagina. Yeah, that's what it is here.
The Wayward Society is an ensemble of various specialized outfits spread across the North American continent under the command of the Great Circle and risk their lives for the safety of human society under the motto, I know, therefore I act. And
DP.
So, there's... Yes?
It's SCP. Come on.
Yeah,
it's the SCP on a different site. Okay, come on.
That's precisely what it is. It's but it's like the RPC is kind of just like, hey, let's break off from the SCP Foundation, be our own thing. But they're kind of keeping the same sort of secret, austere governmental aesthetic, whereas the Wayward Society kind of has this almost Boy Scouts. What do you call those? Those men's lodges kind of things.
Yeah, Turkish bath.
Yeah, it's got a Turkish bath.
Gentlemen's club.
Yeah, it's like a rural gentleman's club thing. Let's hunt down cryptids and evergreens, and so they kind of organize the things that they need to take care of around those lines instead of terms like Euclid and scientific sounding things like that. They use terms like aberrations and cryptids and evergreens and artifact inspectors and metaphs and warders and all of this kind of stuff. Yes.
And you said this is called the Squidward Society.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they have just in their possession, they have a ton of different calamities and creatures and different things created by SpongeBob on his adventures.
Well, yeah, he got that pencil. So he made a thing, and it came to life. This is just all his creations.
Yeah,
these people don't contain. They neutralize.
Which I really do appreciate, because unlike all the other ones, it's just this one's really dangerous. It can hurt people. All right, fucking kill it.
The Wayward Society.
It's a refreshing change from, we got this super 3-foot deep concrete bunker and with weird glyphs around. No, fuck that. We're just gonna kill it. Why waste all these resources on a thing that has no value except to kill?
Now, would you say that that's the bunker where Hitler killed himself?
Well, Hitler was a cryptid. So yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, actually.
That's what confused Prince Harry. He's like, I'm going as a cryptid for Halloween. What's everyone angry about?
I'm going as Bigfoot. So if the Wayward Society wasn't called the Wayward Society and it was called the TWS Foundation, what would TWS stand for? Take... Watch, slice its throat.
Suck.
Suck. Total Wang Suck.
Total. So another thing that they have is a newbie's guide, which like teaches you how to write, and they have like, here are the core principles of the stories, and so they like have expectations and everything, and they lay it out in a really nice way that I think is helpful. I haven't seen as much help out of the SCP and RPC kind of things. So like having a nice like, here's how you write stories for this is pretty cool.
I think SCP, probably RPC now, but SCP I think became so popular and well known.
Yeah.
It was almost like, let's actually just hide all of the help files and directions so that people can't find them, and 95% of people will, go away and give up. We won't have to deal with quite as many people. I don't know.
Before we continue, I just want to say that Total Wang Suck is an amazing synonym for clusterfuck, and I think I'm going to start using it.
Yes.
Man, this is a total Wang Suck. I'm sorry. Judge, I didn't mean that.
We went to the concert, and we couldn't even, get in because we lost our tickets. It's Total Wang Suck.
Yeah.
Well, I did pumple into the Wayward Society Discord just earlier today to see what was going on.
Well, and great. Now they know we're coming. Awesome. Fantastic.
They do. And they were very helpful. They're very nice and welcoming, like orienting me on what we should be reading. So they suggested some stories because they recently did like a straw poll for what they're like, what are good starting stories to put on their feature page and everything. So we'll be reading the ones recommended to us. One is Vaginal Ditala.
The Total Wang Suckers got to DP.
They really did.
Oh my god, it's a dual synonym. It can be for clusterfuck or for sycophant. That's amazing. This hashtag Total Wang Suck. Let's get this trending.
Yes, don't tweet to like large celebrities or people who won't ever see your tweet. Tweet to like small, mid-level people who will see what you tweet. Just tweet at them with the hashtag Total Wang Suck.
Dead Pal's been totally bought off by Big Wang Suck. So do we? It's really worth actually like looking at the website because it's cool how it's laid out.
No.
Anyway, I'm just saying you should definitely click the links to actually see what the site looks like. But do we want to get started with Vagina Dentala?
We probably should actually read stories at some point, yes.
That's the premise of the show. Description. In its dormant form, the Dentala resembles a small white pearl with tiny spider legs. In its active form, the Dentala expands into a concave cylinder and grows multiple sets of razor-sharp teeth. See image. A dormant Dentala can be found in hollowed shells of sea and lake animals, such as oysters and clams.
God damn
clams, yeah.
Oysters and clams.
Hey, Fred, you going to the oyster and clam party?
That's the fun version of Silver and Gold. Oysters and clams. Oysters and clams.
Now I'm just picturing a woman going to a party and saying, "Man, there's nothing but oysters and clams here. This party's a total Wang Suck."
Total Wang Suck.
While active, Dentala make their nests within the vaginas of human women.
Who doesn't? Right. Am I right, boys? High fives all around.
Who are you high-fiving?
You. I'm high-fiving you guys.
I already like this. I like that it's a more like, it seems more actually rooted in nature as opposed to there's this weird ethereal being from beyond the stars, or there's this strange corporate product from like another dimension, which like those are fine and we've had good examples of it, but if this is representative of the Wayward Society's usual thing of like these things occur in nature, I like that. It's kind of a different take. It's refreshing.
Can we start our own headcanon of the Wayward Society having a Boy Scout type group just called the Wayward Boys?
I apologize to every new wiki style thing that we happen upon, and we make like ridiculous headcanons that are not representative of you guys at all. Sorry, but we're gonna do it.
Well, hey there, kids. All right, I'm gonna ask y'all to sit down by the fire here. That's right, Wayward Boys. Circle up. sit around the campfire now. I'm gonna tell you something, okay? You know those girls that you might be having an interest in now? Those girls, they got some bitey creatures up in their crotches. Yeah, you don't want to mess with those girls now. No, boys, that's all right. Come on now, circle around the fire. We're gonna toast some weenies. So everybody get your weenies out, wayward boys. Come on.
The only way to dislodge a vagina dentala from your weenie is to toast it. So let's practice. Hey there, campers. Jeff Kaplan. Gonna talk about vagina dentala today.
Remember, you can never be sure whether a woman has teeth in her vagina, so that's why you should always do it in the brown.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever seen that movie Teeth?
I've seen clips of it, but yeah.
It's good. I would suggest it. It's actually pretty damn good.
DP, do you seriously not know what this is?
What do you mean? The movie Teeth?
The movie? Yeah.
No.
What?
It's a movie literally about vagina dentata.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a phenomenon.
It's a movie, like, that as well.
Yes, but it's like a psychological phenomenon?
Something like that.
You're a psychological phenomenon.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Dentala produce 2 strong pheromones within a radius of maybe 5 to 10 feet capable of greatly affecting human behavior. The pheromone produced when dormant, PhD, causes forgetfulness and slight numbness to the body, while the pheromone produced when active, PHA, has strong aphrodisiac properties.
Okay.
And so already I think we're kind of getting that the writing style is less scientific and more practical. Like,
yes,
here's the, like, it's written in a way to, like, be for the average reader to consume and hunt down these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think they're all like dossiers on, you're going to go hunting, or if you're in this area, beware of this thing. This is how you can recognize it.
It's like when you go to the Whole Foods and then you read the ingredients on the back of the box and it tells you who made it. And it's like, these tortilla chips were made by Ma and Pop. Insert Spanish name. I don't know any Spanish names.
Ma and Pop, I don't know.
Rodriguez.
I was going to say Guevara. Che Guevara.
Yeah, there you go.
Che Guevara made these before his untimely death.
He made quite a lot, so they would be there.
In his old age, he decided to just make tortillas.
Che Guevara, well-known founder of Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Oh, you silly liberals. You're buying a lie.
So, we have our fish boob here in the picture, fish vagina, whatever. Mm-hmm. And now we have some drop-down things, some expandable information, dormant form.
Yeah, dormant form. And then when you click on that, it becomes I know, therefore I act, which is Scio ergo ago, which is the motto of the Wayward Society.
Which is the parrot from Aladdin.
Dentala are born...
therefore I know.
Jafar! I can't do it.
Princess Jasmine has some teeth up in her coochie, Jafar. You don't want any part of that.
Dentala are born from clusters of egg sacs at the bottom of the sea. When fully developed, the eggs explode and will launch the dentala above the surface of the water. Dentala must then swim for dry land, but lucky for us, many drown in the waves. Dentala hide themselves inside empty shells of clams or oysters. Having excessive grooming habits, dentala will polish their shells with their spider-like legs until they shine in order to attract unsuspecting Normans.
What's a Norman?
Normal humans, maybe? But a Norman is also someone from, like, Normandy? Like, that's an actual thing? That's a little confusing. I wouldn't have used the term Norman.
God, it all comes back to the Nazis.
They couldn't just call them normies, guys.
Why not?
When a Norman opens the... This is just going to turn into Norman jokes. This is bad.
Yeah,
this is all I can see now. When those filthy Normans open the clams, they will find a beautiful pearl, which they will then desecrate by putting it into their bag or pocket.
No.
Dentala will then produce pheromone dormant, causing Normans to forget about the pearl while numbing their bodies. While numb and forgetful, the dentala uncoils its spider legs and makes its way toward a woman to enter her vagina. If no women are present, it will choose the most feminine-looking man and enter his anus. I was going to make that joke, and they made it for me. Holy shit.
Everything comes back to Nazis and Mpreg.
Oh my god. I kind of love this.
I bet you do. Alright, so now we've got active form, and I'll expand that. And do you want me to...
Sorry, before we do that, because we went down to that portion, I'm looking at other names in the left column. Dentala, VD, and Teeth Spider.
VD.
Those are very apt. I love them.
Vagina Dentala. Vagina Dentala. What a wonderful phrase.
Disease of a modern age.
Upon entering the vagina or anus, the dentala will proceed to expand concavely, thereby forming a cylinder with their teeth pointing away from the walls of the vagina. This procedure is called nesting. Upon nesting, this actually sounds like a Mormon term. Or I'm thinking of soaking, never mind. Upon nesting, the dentala will produce pheromones that will cause the host and those around them to feel a strong desire to mate. Apparently, pheromones produced by a dentala are so strong that if it nests in the anus of a 100% straight human male, he will change completely, exhibiting extreme homoerotic behavior and even have sex with other males. So that's...
I'm tired of the government putting dentala in people's butts and turning men gay.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Alex Jones was right.
He was.
Are we sure that this isn't the RPC doing like a covert thing to try to get rid of them gays? Are we sure the Wayward Society isn't just an arm, a disinfo, a disinformation branch of the...
things all over the place. Well, Cletus, we gotta get rid of the queers. This is the best way to do it.
Jeez.
Isn't that just going to create more gay people?
Cletus, shut the fuck up and listen to what I say.
Well, listen,
I got seniority.
The only way to avoid these creatures is through abstinence, you say.
But will it make homosexual women straight?
Oh, good question.
Yes.
If the host seduces another man, teeth will at some point emerge from the dentala and pierce the penis during penetration. Such wounds are often fatal, and Normans who have suffered from the bite of a VD often die from their injuries. The unlucky ones are rescued and saved, but will often suffer health consequences and devastating psychological effects.
Damn.
You know, the psychological effect from having your dick bit off.
You
know,
yeah, from getting a little Lorena Bobbitt did it.
By the way, Dick Bit Off is my favorite football announcer.
But
What?
No, that works. That does work.
After an unknown period of time, the dentala will eventually take full control of a woman's body and plant its eggs all over her skin and force her to walk into the sea, where both dentala and victim will drown. The victim's body will become unusually heavy and sink until she reaches the ocean floor, where her shambling undead corpse will be used as sustenance to grow new dentala eggs.
This is pretty well thought out.
It's very similar to a real parasite. Is it in insects or like rodents? I don't know. Either way,
I think it's insects.
Insects, yeah. Takes over their bodies and makes them jump into water and shit.
And cordyceps as well, which I think is actually a fungus, a viral fungus. But yeah, like this is clearly based off of something that happens in nature, but it is outlandish enough to feel like, supernatural. I don't know. I like this.
Super vaginal.
Super vaginal. Oh, that is a good song title. Background. Dentala were known to the society for quite a while, being discovered at the tail end of the 60s by the Belching Elks. I'm guessing that's probably like an old Wayward Society, lodge or whatever, who organized a hunting party, in quotations, to hunt aberrants in Jamaica.
Wait, aberrants in Jamaica is capitalized. Aberrants in Jamaica, is that another society? Is that another group? The Aberrants in Jamaica Foundation.
Aberrants in Jamaica is my ska dubstep band.
Oh, you mean the AIJ?
Yes.
Yeah, AIJ. They were an outfit comprised of a few 20-somethings who focused less on hunting and more on the party. Fair enough. Tragedy struck when one of their members was mauled by a dentala. With quick thinking, the other members managed to stop the blood loss by cauterizing the wound with a barbecue poker. Holy fuck. Okay. The Elks later performed a complete sweep investigation of the entire Caribbean. That's a lot of ground to cover. From Jamaica to Barbados. Diving underwater, they found the corpses of women slowly walking on the ocean floor, each covered head to toe in dentala egg clusters. The Elks exterminated every cluster they could find, but the ocean's a big place, and there's still a lot down there. That is a cool image. I really do like that.
Interesting. It's too bad that it was underwater, so they couldn't get an aerial view of... Anyway. At the time, we thought dentala were a Caribbean thing. I can't decide if I like the casual tone better or not. I don't know.
I like it so far just because it's very different from SCP, RPC,
PCP.
It's a breath of fresh air, I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure.
At the time, we thought dentala were a Caribbean thing, something far away that we didn't have to worry about. That all changed when Barry from the Rapid Otters... So we've got. It would have been better
if it was rabid otters.
I don't know. We've got belching elks and we've got rapid otters. Went pearl diving and stumbled upon a group of them. Shambling corpses covered with eggs, somehow moving on the seafloor, just 20 feet off the coast of a public beach. Since then, regular dentala attacks have been reported all over the east and west coasts, notably from national parks and other heavily forested areas in California, Washington State, Florida, and Maine. I don't think it's surprising that it's in Florida, but go ahead.
They're putting bone spiders in women's vagina to turn them straight.
Mm-hmm.
I have the image of a park ranger in fucking Yosemite or something. Yeah, dude, like, I met this girl, and she was at the bottom of the ocean, and she just had all these dentala eggs all over her. It was really fucking weird.
I was like, well, whatever, you do you, boo.
Then we made out, and now my dick's gone, and what's up with that?
Location and population. Dentala live near bodies of fresh water and seawater with a close proximity to dense forests. These forests provide much needed shade for the heat-sensitive dentala, and the most dentala shells are found under the shade of a tree.
So they enjoy crawling up under a bush, I got you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dentala shells are scavenged from dead oysters or clams. While they are both in the sea, dentala live most of their lives on land. While they're born in the sea, they live most of their lives on land. Most hot years and dwindling forests have many hot years and dwindling forests have made dentala inactive for quite a while. But ironically, efforts made by conservation by
the Concave Brothers.
Efforts made to conserve forests by the Society and other groups have led to a resurgence in the reported dentala attacks. So, trying to prevent forest fires has resulted in more dentala eggs.
That's an interesting little subtext there. Global warming or climate change or whatever is reducing the appearance of these very dangerous creatures, but efforts to help conserve and preserve forests will actually make them appear more. So you're faced with an ethical dilemma. That's cool.
This is a disinformation branch of the RPC.
Yeah,
they're against preservation. They don't believe in that climate change shit.
I do like that this is kind of like a hippy-dippy version of... It's a Whole Foods of SCP Foundation.
God damn it.
If you bring back the forests, only the dentala will have forests. You can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Dentala eggs can be found in clusters attached to pale, decomposing women.
But that's the kind I like. God
Damn it.
While these women usually walk the depths of the ocean floor, there is no natural where no natural light can reach. They will venture into shallow water when the eggs are ready to hatch.
Okay. Hunting or procurement methods. In order to remove the dentala from the vagina, warders are instructed to flood the nest with water or any non-toxic liquid. This will cause the dentala to make weird gargling sounds before expelling itself from the victim's vagina so that it can breathe air. That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I've been in that position.
Well, like if you're inside a body cavity, you're not exactly going like, oh man, look at all this air I can breathe.
Well, it sticks out like a breathing straw.
I guess. At this point, the dentala will be too sluggish and bloated to move and should be killed with a long-distance weapon like a gun or a spear. Okay.
A spear.
Javelin? Even then, it wouldn't be long distance. Before it reverts back to its dormant form and flees into the wild. Dentala will puff out into a ball of spiked teeth upon death, then quickly decompose. Do not step or stab a bloated dentala with a knife unless you want a foot or hand filled with teeth. Okay.
Better than a dick full of teeth. Do not expose active dentala to extreme heat or place the victim in a sauna or hot tub.
No having sex in the hot tub.
No Turkish bath.
Don't do it.
While dentala are sensitive to heat, they become violent and loud in their death throes, often goring the victim while screaming like a banshee. Can relate.
Cool.
To exterminate the eggs clusters, there's typos in this that you can't ignore. To exterminate the eggs clusters, dive down to the ocean floor and look for human figures covered in red or pink blobs. Just be careful you don't meet any other aberrations. The same rules of long-distance range weapons, long range, basically, apply. Be careful with tethered harpoons, as dentala teeth will cut the ropes. Think you got 'em all? What?
Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Vagina dentala.
Think you got 'em all? Nurse Joy, what are you doing here at the bottom of the ocean? Dentala are difficult to exterminate completely due to their excellent ability to camouflage themselves among regular oysters and clams. It just takes one dentala to find a woman and start the nesting process all over again.
Avoid women. You have no idea if they have a weird parasite up their vagina. So that's what I'm getting from this.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the idea
The story, yeah.
I like an idea. Yeah, I like the idea of a woman sitting down into a hot tub with a man to seduce him, and the guy's just like, "Why is your vagina so loud?"
Oh my god! This is the sex
you hear
scene.
that screaming?
This is the sex scene from Showgirls. We finally know what was going on.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know, there was an infamous, really bad sex scene in Showgirls where the lead actress is just thrashing around like a fucking idiot in a pool. Okay, anyway.
You just described like all of Showgirls, though. So,
It all takes place in a pool.
it's all just loud noises and thrashing around.
Yeah.
I used to play bass for thrashing around in a pool. Encounter records, warning graphic. Excerpt taken from report by Elk 1 of the Belching Elks, who examined an underwater dentala cave in Jamaica. These dentalas are Jamaican crazy. It was a woman, legs bolted to the sea floor, completely covered in eggs. Each egg was the size of a fingernail, thousands of them stuck together inside massive webbed egg sacs that seemed to expand and contract like beating hearts. The eggs, reddish and semi-transparent, looked like blood cells stuck to each other like glue. The more mature eggs were like pinkish baseballs that you could see 5 or 6 white pearls inside, coiling and uncoiling their legs. Elk 2 must have still been angry about Elk 6 being attacked, because she took out her hunting knife and slashed those egg sacs in a rage. Then the 5 of us heard a hiss like air leaking. Underwater? Or...
Yeah, because I think they explode if they're breached. They explode out.
I guess you would hear hissing underwater somewhat.
Yeah. Depending on like how your gear is, yeah.
Those teeth spiders shot out like a shotgun and swarmed Elk 2, covering her head to toe. Then one of them exploded into a ball of teeth and cut her diving cord, and Elk 2 fell to the bottom of the sea. The 4 of us couldn't do anything for her. We swam for our lives. The next time we went back down there, armed and fully prepared, we met Elk 2 in a shambling ghoul covered in Tala eggs. We couldn't hear her underwater, but saw her mouth move, and I know she spoke to me. Nobody's willing to do it, so it fell onto me as the leader to put her down.
Damn. I just noticed something that's been, very refreshing about this. No time have we, you've had to say Elk 2, Elk 6. That's pretty easy. How many times when we're reading RPC or SCP 5587
-1
over and over again?
Yeah.
It's nice to not have to do that.
I will say that I'm starting to feel like this is wearing out its welcome, though.
How so?
We have had multiple descriptions of the same thing, sort of, just in different ways, almost like increasing detail. Like the first time it's they're eggs, and then the second time it's described, it's like the eggs do this, and then the third time the eggs do that, and then the fourth time it's like, here's what it's like when you see the eggs in person, and it's like, okay, I mean, we could have maybe just had the mention that there are eggs, and then the description, in the report of what the eggs were like. It just seems a little bit like, it's just a nitpick to be sure, but it's like a thing where I'm kind of like, okay, I get it. Eggs.
That is kind of that's kind of the benefit of the SCP Foundation RPC Authority format, is that it has a weird organization where it allows you to mention less pertinent details early, and then you get more specific as you go on in a very logical fashion. And I think that that's a benefit there. But this is designed to be more readable, so the repetition is kind of like, yeah, we do get it.
Well, usually that would annoy me, but for some reason here it doesn't. And I think that's because, like DP just said, it is more readable, and it does.
It's also new.
It definitely new and refreshing. This probably doesn't work for less clever entries, but this almost feels like I'm reading a story the way the information's being introduced, and it does feel very less scientific document formulaic. And I think just like from subjectively, that works for me better, because
it's like a pamphlet talking about how to get rid of ticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm picturing the tick pamphlet being like, ticks lay eggs. And then later on, ticks lay eggs, in grasses. And then later on, tick eggs hatch. And I'm like, you could have just told me all of that in like one paragraph,
Yeah.
But, so we're almost halfway through this entry, so.
Yes, fairly detailed. Okay, the following is a speech-to-text retelling from my nephew's friend Norman 1. He was in a state of mental shock and couldn't speak. Nicely asking him for details made it even worse as Norman 1 became rigid and his movements more and more tense. Eventually, he got to the point where he was unable to move at all. We lost our patience and got that crazy Doc Mantis.
Mantis toboggan!
Your computer will get a virus. Got that crazy Doc Mantis to hypnotize him. It worked, sort of. He acted out the entire Dentala attack as a one-man show. Creepy, I know. For the sake of accuracy, the story has been kept in its raw form with minimal edits. For the sake of privacy of the victims, both living and deceased, my nephew's friend is referred to as Norman 1, while my nephew is Norman 2. And so we have a transcript who wants to be 1 and 2.
I'll be 1.
I'll be 2.
Yeah, I'll be the sidebar. That
cool.
Like little border on the right or left.
Sure.
I've been going through such a dry spell, bro.
We're at the beach, dude. Where are all the chicks? Fucking off season, man.
Yo, check this out, bro. Looks like a shiny clam.
Whatever, dude.
Yo, bro, there's a fucking pearl in this clam.
For real?
For real. How much do you think it's worth, bro?
Oh no, dude. Gotta be worth a fortune. Wait, where'd the pearl go?
What do you mean, bro? I was holding right in my...
I can't believe you dropped the pearl, dude. That was your ticket to the big time. You could have fucked so many chicks, dude.
Don't just stand there, bro. Help me look for it in the sand.
I can't take it anymore, dude. I don't know how I've been so blind all my life, where you were right here beside me, bro. I'm done chasing chicks, bro. I love you, bro.
Shit, bro. What the fuck do you say, bro?
I fucking love you, dude. I want you to fuck me, dude.
As long as the balls don't touch, bro. Oh, come the fuck off.
Oh my god.
So, my tradition of calling it before it happens.
Well,
the
they
story
did say
overstaying its welcome.
Well, okay, this is optional text, technically, and they did say it will make, straight men gay.
Yeah, but we already heard that, so what's the point?
Okay, but this happens in RPC and SCP too. Hey, this happens. And if you want an example, look at footnote 1. Open footnote 1. Start reading. Like, this is nothing different for this style of horror fiction.
I feel like the
doesn't
fact...
mean it's good.
I'm not saying that it's good. I'm saying we can criticize it here, but then we have to criticize it every time it happens in SCP and RCP, which we don't.
I just feel like the fact that it happens instantaneously is like, oh, well, okay.
Fair enough.
Well,
fair enough.
The problem is just immediate, like, 100% dude bro straight into 100% gay.
Yeah. They could have said after like a month of being exposed or something, and then have the transcript read a bit more subtle of like, dude, bro, like, I know we've been friends for a while, but I want to take it to the next level. Like, that would make more sense. I agree with that.
Here's how you fix it. You start that exchange between those two people, and you have everything the same, except you don't notice a shiny clam, you don't notice a pearl in the sand. What you do is toward the middle, you mention, this is where we found that pearl last week. And they say, yeah, you still got that, bro? And he's like, just whatever, you just say that it happened previously, and then it's not so sudden that you just have it be it released pheromones, you're immediately gay. like
putting pheromones in the water.
Yeah, so let's presume that you're a heterosexual man. You've never really considered the thought that you might be gay, and then all of a sudden, in the course of a week, you are just overwhelmed with homosexual desires, and you're like, where the fuck is all of this coming from? You would have an internal conflict of coming out first, and it just slowly builds up to where you're an insane gay person, right?
Yeah, it's definitely, this is the weakest part of this entry so far. I will agree with that.
It's being played for laughs, but I think that it is detracting from the story. I think
right. It is, most of this is played for laughs, I think. But up until this point, it's been a straight-faced joke, the creature climbs into vaginas and bites off dicks, and you're like, whoa, but it's treated like a serious matter,
Yeah.
And then you get to this, and it's like, oh, okay, we're just gonna...
I think you need that level of, straight-faced comedy in any story, otherwise it will become, SCP Mary Sue of, this is an unkillable monster that,
Right.
The SCP... What's the one that's the sludge that won't die?
Like a big lizard or something?
Yeah, that one.
I don't know the number, but yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Well, I will say that we should probably avoid critiquing things for not being straight-faced after our repeated discussion of people with strokes. So anyway.
Oh, God. It's Slimebeast's turn.
At this point, Norman 1, still hypnotized and acting as Norman 2, begins rapidly thrusting his hips into the air, no doubt reenacting the copulation they had that day on the beach. I turn away in disgust.
Ooh.
This is the RPC. I turn away in disgust. Then an unholy scream turns me back. Norman 1 is rolling on the floor, gushing tears from his eyes. He gets back up and talks to thin air, then lies back down and talks to himself. I turn towards Mantis and demand an explanation.
So I just skimmed the rest of the transcript, and it's kind of just more of the same.
Yeah, it looks like it gets much worse in terms of being just dumb. But yeah.
Yeah, do we want to just skip to the end or whatever? There's not
All right, I'll read the last line here. And then everyone got better, and the monsters all went away. The end.
Yay!
But I don't know. I'm okay with reading the rest of it. It's just that when you said you read down, I looked down and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Whatever.
Mantis is insane, and I regret asking for his help. I want to leave the room. Mantis. There is no Dentala attacking him here, but in his hypnotized state, he is reliving that day in the past. Since his friend is dead, he must play both roles. For him, this is catharsis. I don't know what this has to do with the core story of the bug spider teeth vagina.
Spider bug has the powers of a spider and a bug. What's he do? Bug people. Well, okay.
And their vaginas.
To be fair, the next line says, Mantis is insane, and I regret asking for his help. I want to leave the room and have no further part in this atrocity of gay sex. Yet I cannot turn my eyes away as Norman 1 continues his one-man show.
Dude, what the fuck? My dick.
What's wrong, bro? Holy shit, my ass is bleeding, bro.
Dude, your ass has teeth, man.
I'm so sorry, bro. I never knew my ass had teeth.
Oh, God.
I think I'm gonna die, bro. Fuck, I don't think I'll make it.
What the fuck do I do, bro? What the fuck do I do?
Listen to me right now, dude. I'm going to die soon. My uncle, he deals with this weird shit.
What? Oh.
He's a warder or a warden or something. I promise you'll go see him, bro.
I promise, bro. I have no idea who your uncle is, but sure.
You fucking promise?
I fucking promise, bro. Bro, no, bro, why? Why, God? Why did you take bro? He's got... What?
Why did you take bro?
This is some 4chan shit. Like, yeah, all of this should not be in this entry. This does do no favors for it.
No, it really doesn't. It detracts from it so much. Norman London collapses on the floor. Mantis rushed to revive him after some CPR. Norman 1 coughs and opens his eyes. Doc reports show that he is still mute, but no longer catatonic. I'm not sure why he would be catatonic.
Okay.
There's these extraneous details that have nothing to do with the fun part of the story.
Yeah, this and the introduction of Dr. Mantis really does not help.
I hesitate to say, but maybe these additional things were written by a different author. I don't know.
Possible.
Injecting...
It
and now
so
Dr.
different.
Mantis shows up, and there's all this funny sex stuff. Whoa, it's like American Pie. You ever see that movie? It's a romp now. Sorry,
very different.
Yeah.
Well, we still have an experimentation log, which adds additional paragraphs, and...
You had us, then you lost us.
Yeah. They said I'm crazy to do this. Just kill them all, they said. Well, I did. All the Dentala are dead, and I am performing my dissection on their corpses. Besides, this is only a blue-level threat, and the more knowledge we can gain about the anatomy of the paranormal, the more people we can protect.
Experimentation results. Dissection of Dentala have uncovered many biological impossibilities. Despite having teeth, Dentala possess no digestive tract, it should be. I think. Is it?
Yeah, you're right.
You're a lawyer, you should know. And do not need food or water to survive. Though Dentala possess no lungs nor gills or respiratory system of any sort, they can, however, die from drowning and need to breathe air. That doesn't make any sense.
Why would you introduce this? I hadn't questioned this. And now you're making... What? Okay.
Though they don't breathe, they need to breathe. Okay. I'm angry. I don't know about you guys, but I'm angry. Like, I've never gotten actually angry on this podcast before, but I'm angry. Because this is something that had... It's like, it came to the party, it brought a covered dish, it said hello to all the other guests, it was well-behaved, it did karaoke, and then time to eat came, and it uncovered its dish, and it had shat in a bowl. And you're like, oh, I thought you were someone else. I didn't realize that you were like this, Carla.
You just redefined shitting the bed into shitting the bowl.
Shitting the bowl. Remember to burp the Tupperware lid.
Bullshitter Carla here. Total Wang turned the party into a Total Wang Suck.
God damn it! Now we have to write an after podcast sketch about Bullshitter Carla.
Let's not, because that's the name of my fiance.
Oh, I thought it was Paprika. What the fuck?
Sure, whatever.
Need to breathe there. There are many creatures who are born in... I should probably take more of an interest in you guys' love lives.
Man.
There are many creatures who are born in the water, but live their adult lives on land. But it is unprecedented for a creature to grow underwater and then be forced to swim to land or drown.
Frogs.
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Pardon me.
Frogs, turtles.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It
really does feel like the second half of this is written by someone else entirely.
Are Dentala the opposite of certain species of turtle? Who are born on land and must crawl their way to the sea? Oh!
Are Dentala purple guy?
These are photo-negative turtles. Photo-negative Ninja Turtles.
Photo-negative Ninja Turtles.
No, Benjamin Button Turtles.
Oh.
Turtles underwater.
No, Benjamin Butthole Turtles.
Ooh.
Examiners afterwards. It eats, but has no I must not eat, but have no It eats, but has no digestive system, and it needs to breathe, but has no respiratory system. I got a theory about how those teeth spiders instead... We had bone spiders, now we got teeth spiders. Instead of them being animals, were, as we originally thought, what if the spiders are a reaction to our fear? What if...
Fucking cocksucker.
Our fear is what creates them and pulls them out of whatever dimension.
Oh, goddamn.
This story is a total Wang Suck.
Yeah, it's turning into it. Or has turned into it, I should say.
So DP...
Literally, it would have been great if we stopped halfway through.
DP...
God damn it, yeah.
DP, are you going to be leaving that Discord before this episode airs? Because
No,
I don't know if they're going to like this.
I do want to give, like, another story a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like the premise of the slide a lot. And,
Yeah. It's got
and they've made it clear they're very receptible to feedback, so that's whatever. Possible metaph, but will remain classified as cryptid for now. During the dissection, I heard the sound of air whooshing through pipes that I ignored, but then I went to bed last night. I soon began to hear whispers.
Too much. Men are too much. Men are just too much. Like, let's just date women. Men are too much.
So, yeah.
Well, now they're whispering.
Let's finish this and then Could Mother Earth have made these monsters to cull overpopulated humans, or is this an attack on the male gen?
So is the person doing the study? Is this Mark Wahlberg? Men are too much. What? No.
This is so weird. This is all over the place. Even after performing a rectal cavity search and finding no dentala, I still hear those whispers in my head. Tomorrow, I'm driving my way down to the DCC to get a head check from Dr. Elk. Hopefully, I don't have one in my brain. Additional notes, there exists a rarer subspecies of dark gray dentala who specifically target the anus, as opposed to accidentally like the vagina dentala, known as anal dentala. While anal dentala possess many of the same qualities as their vaginal cousins, there are important key differences. Instead of expanding into a concave cylinder, they expand into a convex rod. Victims possessed by anal dentala suffer from arrogance, a lack of desire to procreate, and have difficulty relaxing or having. They have a stick up their ass.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Oh boy, this was disappointing. Oh no.
Come to the music festival where we have anal dentala, convex rod, vaginal cousins.
You know, it would have been fine if it stopped at the part about the woman going underwater and attacking them and then getting brought down by them.
Yeah.
It was solid up until that point. I even quite enjoyed it, and this just really leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
It's a total wang suck.
It's a wang suck.
And the picture, if anybody's wondering, is of a sea cucumber.
Yeah. Well, I think we should give more entries a chance to see if this is just maybe a little bit of a outlier, I guess.
Like the dentala, we should give more entries a chance until we find one we like.
A hole's a hole.
Mm-hmm.
And every hole is a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And every goal is a pole.
And every pole goes in a hole is the goal.
And
every pole is an anal dentala.
And every soul is a shit bowl.
That's really shit the bowl tonight.
Well, with your fiance, I would expect some
bowl shitting.
Shitting in bowls.
God damn it.
That's what her reception's going to be. Just a lot of bullshitting.
So to be clear, Abysmii, Paprika's real name is Carla?
Yeah.
Okay, so DP, Chelsea's real name is Chelsea, right?
Could be.
God. Okay. I'll just wait until I randomly say it. You can get mad at me.
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast. Your hosts are Abysmii, Dead Palette, and Slimebeast. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Voiceover by Atticus Jackson. Edited by Elias the Intern. Subscribe to Fearfic on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. Today, we're going to be talking about a very serious accusation people have been making about me recently. And these accusations all started when I visited YouTube headquarters. Allegedly, while I was at the YouTube HQ, I visited the beta version of the YouTube toilet bowl to have a number 2. And while there, a change took place. A YouTube algorithm spider saw my exposed anus and crawled inside me, making a home there. And this spider released nanomachines into my body, allowing me to be controlled remotely by Susan Wojcicki herself. From there, I stopped producing the content that I actually wanted to and began focusing on making long, drawn-out videos where I'm unable to get to the point, but children can pass it off like it's an educational video to their uninvolved parents. Then I started making videos addressing criticisms about stealing fan art to make it seem like I'm receptive to criticism while ignoring all the substantive criticisms like passively aggressively sending my fans to harass the haters or possibly plagiarizing the writings in my videos. Then the nanomachine spiders multiplied in my butt and exploded forth while I was working with other YouTube creators and forcing them into their butts, making them slaves to the YouTube algorithm as well. And I just have to say, none of this is true. If I use this pleading, manipulative voice, the children that watch my content that aren't emotionally developed enough to recognize terrible acting will believe me. What is that? Get that away from me! Where am I? Hey, it's the Pyro. Did you know you're a gay male?
Hey kids, do you like Abandoned by Disney? No?
Kinda.
Well, how about all the games based on it? Five Nights at Treasure Island, which takes place in the wrong location with totally different events. You like that? You like that? What I'm saying is, if you are a fan of anything related to Abandoned by Disney, then you will probably like Dandyland, a book on Amazon that I put up. Just search for a book called Dandyland, written by Slimebeast. It's the Abandoned by Disney stories, semi-rewritten to be not about Disney anymore, so I don't get sued and can sell it. That's it.
I love how long it took you to finally plug that on here.
No, I kind of forget it exists. It's like, just kind of sits there on Amazon, minding its own business. I finally put in my bank information so I can get paid by Amazon for books I sell, which I've been doing since 2014. So,
whoops.
So wait, let me get this straight. You wrote the story and it's your idea?
Which story? All of Amazon.com? No.
Yes.
Abandoned by Amazon?
Abandoned by Amazon. Aha.
Mm-hmm.
We have another bestseller. Another free bestseller.
Nothing is abandoned by Amazon. Everything is under the purview of the Amazon drones.
That's what makes it so scary. What happens when they don't? What happens? I actually do know what happens because there's an episode of Electric Dreams out that tackles that. But anyway.
Jeff Bezos turned to me and in a perverted, hushed voice said, "Hey, want to see my wife leave me?"
Ooh.
Want to see $36 million come out?
You want to know how I lost my wife?
Wait.
Photo negative Jeff Bezos.